Well, hey guys, welcome back to KJ's channel. Today is January 4th, 2021, and that means that it's time to start getting back to normal. You know, we had that week of Saturdays between Christmas and New Year's, but now it's time to get back to work. My plan for today and the theme for today is going to be my office. But let's get this miles done. So my office, well, I've kind of had a strange relationship with my office since I've been pastoring here. I find that that's common among small churches or churches where the pastor's bivocational or doesn't have to be at the building. You know, bigger churches where there's staff and things of that sort, pastors tend to have a little bit more steady office hours. Now, I know a couple of pastors that are pretty good-sized churches that don't have steady office hours. But pastoring doesn't really lead to, consistent office hours. You know, if you're a secretary or you're a businessman, your office, that's where you'd conduct business. The office, most of the time for a pastor, is a place for storing all of your books, a place for quiet solitude if you need study time, and a place to meet with people if you need to counsel. And when I first got here, this office that I'm in now was the secretary's office, and the pastor's office was another room. Since then, we demolished the walls that were between that. We made a big fellowship hall, and then we combined the secretary, treasurer, and pastor office. But our treasurer and secretary don't ever use this office, so it's pretty much just mine. We do have a place for counting money, and we do have a place for storing files and things like that, so it's just the church office. But let me give you a tour around my office. So the view that you guys normally have is the other direction. But as we come in, you can see that it's not a very big office. You know, there's bigger offices out there. And I have a lot of stuff in here, but it's multi-functional. I said earlier that the reason, or that I have a love-hate relationship with the office, and the reason for that is some of my best work is done spur of the moment. I have a thought, or I wake up in the middle of the night with a thought while I'm running, and I'll jot notes down that I need to follow up on when I'm here in the office. And when I sit here in the office, sometimes it's hard to find the motivation to just do stuff. And so for me, it's kind of a love-hate deal. I like my office to be functional as well as inviting. My office is not a no-no room for people. I know in some places, especially in different environments, the pastor's office may be kind of off limits unless he's there. But my books are open for anybody that wants to read them, and I like the office to be inviting for people to come in and use. And since I share this with the church counters and the treasurer and all that kind of stuff, I don't want it to be a room that's uninviting. And so I have a lot of things in here that are fun, little gadgets, things that I collect. It kind of gives them an impression of who I am and what I enjoy, while at the same time still very functional, where I have my books organized. I know it doesn't look like organization, but I know where everything is. I use the pile method. I have a pile over here and a pile over here. I'm going to work on that this week, and I'll probably do another video about my office this week, because that's my goal this week, is to get some of this cleaned up and get prepared for next semester. There's also a lot of church memories in here, so that when people come in here, they see the history and the memories of the church and the time I've been here. Most of my top shelf stuff is memorabilia and things that are important to me for one reason or another. You'll see on this shelf, I have a Duke basketball that is signed by the 92-93 team. If you know your Duke basketball history, that is right after they won the 2 back-to-back championships. And on that ball is signatures from Bobby Hurley, Grant Hill, Cherokee Parks, Elton Brand, that group. My grandmother got me that for my birthday one year. And you'll see some other Duke stuff down here. That stuff I inherited after my grandfather passed. Picture of the famous shot. There's a magazine signed by Johnny Dawkins. Just some Duke memorabilia. Of course, my Build-A-Bears and Superman. There's a hat signed by Kathy Ireland. Pokemon. I have a family member who works at the company that prints those boxes, and so there's my bronze Stegosaurus that you guys saw me get the other day. Geodes. I love little brain teasers, little things like that, so that's covering all over this shelf. And then this other shelf over here, you'll see I have plates from different places. There's one plate that came from Haiti. A friend of mine on a mission trip got that. A plate from the church that ordained me and licensed me in North Carolina. There's a plate that I bought in Nepal. And there is a plate that I bought when I was in Peru. And then these little figurines, I can't remember exactly where they came from, but I think they fit the motif up there. The little shaker that's up there, you see tape on it. It was one that I bought for Jeremiah somewhere, and he broke it, so we taped it, and it just sits up there now. And then, of course, I have my Bible collection, which I'll do another video for. I keep getting hits and interest in my Bibles, and I need to pull them all down and just explain which each one of them is. Then on my wall right here, you'll see that I have little trinkets and memories from missions and missionaries and things that I've been involved in. I can't go into details about every single one of those, but they're all memories from mission trips, missionaries, or events that we did here in the community for outreach. They're little memorabilias. My walls are covered in pictures. Well, I'm here at the house after Bible study, and I'm editing this video, and I recognize that I didn't give you a full-on tour. I got busy doing stuff. So stay tuned. I'll talk more about my office and show cleaning it up a little bit. I also forgot that this week is extremely busy. Tomorrow, Sharon works at the daycare. So I'm home with the boys, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and most of Monday, she is going to be out of town. Sharon's going to Bozeman, and so I probably won't be back at the office, but I will. I'll talk more about the different things that are in my office and how they're useful for a small town church pastor. But hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of a tour. Few of the doodads. There's so many more things I wanted to show you, but we'll get around to that.